Hey, what are you getting your no gumar?
If you think a gumar is just a girlfriend, you don't understand the life.
He's a married man. What a gumar!
In the rigid hierarchy of mob life, words matter, especially when it comes to describing the women orbiting its men. Gumar, derived from the Italian comare, godmother in its formal sense, gossip in its colloquial one, carries a very particular weight.
I could deal with the gumars. I knew I was better than them.
In Mafia parlance, it is not simply a mistress, it is a role. A gumar exists outside the bounds of marriage, yet within the shadow of the family, an accessory to status, masculinity, and the unspoken rules of the life.
Michelle likes ice. I'm getting a piece from a Jew in the city. Hey, what are you getting your no gumar?
Traditionally, the gumar was the woman a friend of ours visited when away from his wife, whether for travel or to escape the sanctity of a Catholic home where certain pleasures, culinary and otherwise, were off limits. She might not be Italian, she might not be high class, but she would be available, discreet, and never a threat to the wife's public position.
So, what are you getting your gumar for Christmas? Cash.
The relationship was semi-public, tolerated so long as it was kept out of the wife's sightlines. A girlfriend, by contrast, is a legitimate, potentially future-bound relationship. A gumar, by definition, has no next step. This is what makes Paulie's situation so odd.
Michelle likes ice.
He is unmarried. Without a wife to cheat on, his gumar Michelle, Spanish, with children, is, in any ordinary world, simply a girlfriend. But mob logic has its own gravitational pull. Paulie is married to the life, meaning that any woman he dates is inherently a mistress, never a contender for legitimacy.
She's hot, too. Not that it would matter to Paulie.
She cannot be brought into the wives' social circle, cannot be presented as a life partner, and certainly cannot threaten the image Paulie cultivates. Her designation as gumar is less about infidelity than about classification, keeping her firmly in the category of pleasure without permanence. It is also a storytelling device. Paulie delights in mocking Christopher for having a gumar, even indulging in the kind of casual racism the series depicts so well, before we learn that Paulie's own companion has darker skin.
He's a married man. What a gumar!
The hypocrisy is delicious, and the irony intentional. The man who postures as an enforcer of the code is revealed to bend it when it suits him. The writers heighten the contrast by making Paulie's relationship unexpectedly tender. He is gentle with Michelle's children, open with her in ways he never is with the crew. In another life, they might have had something real. But in this life, affection is irrelevant if she fails the ethnic and cultural purity tests of the mob's internal etiquette. This juxtaposition also serves to contrast Paulie with Tony.
Nowadays, I'm not a feminist. I'm not saying 50-50, but Jesus. You know, I put up with this gumar shit.
The boss treats his gumars with a transactional coldness, at best leaving them with shopping money, at worst leaving them ruined. Paulie, the muscle, is paradoxically the more compassionate partner. The irony is sharp. The man who carries out violence for a living treats his mistress better than the man who orders the hits. The Adriana-Valentina subplot offers another layer. In one instance, Adriana ends up dining with Tony and Valentina, then spending time with Carmela and the wives the following day.
Your wife, your mistress, a business associate, you?
Under normal circumstances, this is a breach of etiquette. Wives and gumars do not mix. Some argue this was a show of disrespect toward Adriana, revealing that her engagement to Christopher was less secure than she believed.
She with my family now, separation.
Others point out that during Tony's separation from Carmela, Valentina had crossed into girlfriend territory, half Italian, polished, and openly considered for vacations, thus changing her social classification. In this reading, the dinner validated Valentina rather than diminished Adriana.
So, Valentina, you love her.
Of course, not all gumar arrangements are clandestine or rooted in Catholic propriety anymore. Modern interpretations, confirmed even by Italian Americans themselves, allow for openly acknowledged relationships that lack long-term commitment.
My gumar's mother, we were in the hospital all night, TIA. That's a small stroke.
In these cases, a gumar might be simply a partner for companionship and intimacy without the entanglement of marriage or children, a mutually beneficial arrangement that sidesteps future expectations.
She was not related to you by blood or marriage. She was not your gumar.
And yet, in the context of The Sopranos, the term retains its cultural muscle. It is not merely descriptive, it is performative. Even unmarried men like Paulie maintain a gumar because it signals virility, independence, and adherence to the unwritten code. The girlfriend label suggests vulnerability and the possibility of surrendering to domesticity. Gumar keeps the relationship within the realm of the game.
Oh, she was good. Good? Well, great. How long did it take for the guy to come?
Ultimately, Paulie's gumar is less about romance and more about role-playing, the preservation of a construct in which women are slotted into rigid, non-overlapping categories. She is close enough to share meals, far enough to never be considered a wife, and, most importantly, living proof that even the most solitary mobster can still perform the part of the made man with a woman on the side. In Paulie's world, that label is worth more than love. Gumars don't last forever. Subscriptions do.